Senpai.
Moody Senpai, and this is episode 8 of Alt Arc Podcast, the anime podcast that lengthens your watch list, plugs you in with some of the dopest people in the manga community, and maybe even helps you grow a little bit. I don't know. Today, I'm getting hot and spooky with some of my favorite horror hotties of Annie Twitter. Ashley, the co-founder of Animelytical, where shit gets critical podcast. Zaria, 1/4 of the Otaka Queens anime podcast. Gigi Murakami Mangaka and horror artist who just recently debuted their first manga, RESENTER. And the Besties, the co-host of AniBaes Podcast. Crimson the Cunning, Farris the Bold, and Ty the Infinitely Horny. On today's episode, like I said, we talk horror, we talk spooky, and it definitely gets hot and heavy. So if you're into that, stick around. I'm recording. So y'all don't even really know each other, huh? Like nobody here knows each other for real.
I mean, we know.
Y'all know Zaria, right?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know Zaria.
Okay.
Should I put headphones on? Is there echo? No, right?
No, it's good.
Okay. I feel like everybody else knows each other, but nobody.
No,
I don't know Gigi.
I don't
know Gigi and Ashley are the odd people out. So obviously AniBaes all knows each other, and they've done a pod with Zaria before, so they know her.
I know Ashley.
Oh, y'all know Ashley too?
Yeah, I know Ashley.
So Gigi is the odd person out. Okay. Well, I picked a good person to be the odd person out. Gigi can handle any kind of situation.
She sure can.
So I think that it'll be fine. RESENTER, Gigi's manga, is out, and I read chapter 1 last night, and that shit was fire. So
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Gigi.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Wait,
I want to say I did come across your manga, and I looked at it, and it does look, because horror is my go-to. I love horror, and I came across it and I shared it on the podcast, and I shared it like then, because I love horror manga and anything that has to do with gore, anything horror.
Yes, blood.
Blood, feels. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Birdman rub, yeah. Give me that shit.
Yeah, the art is gorgeous, like gorgeous.
Thank you. I actually the screen tones, the way that I did the screen tones, I almost didn't even do them that way. I was gonna do like basic regular manga screen tones, but digitally, because there's too much time to do it traditionally. And it took so long to come out.
Okay, what's a screen tone? I'm sorry, I might be supposed to know that.
Okay, so I was on another podcast and I spoke about this. Hold on, let me actually physically show you what it looks like.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm so excited. It's like show and tell.
So a screen tone. So when you read a manga, right, and you see the gray parts of the manga where it's like.
Wait, I remember learning this when I watched Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, that anime where they're making a manga. I remember them talking about this shit.
All of the gray parts, these are all screen tones, and it's basically a big ass sticker, and it comes in like different patterns and like different designs. So like in shoujo manga, when the sparkles and stuff is in the background, that's the sticker. That's the screen tone, and that's just a sticker. And it's a big ass sticker, and it looks like this.
Oh,
that's cool.
And then, so like this is like what I would use for like skin tone. It's a little hard to see, but they're just dots.
I can see it though. I can see the texture of it.
It's just a bunch of little dots. So then like, and the instructions in the back, like you cut them out, and then you paste it on, and then you like you really
so
scrape it
raw.
in there and make sure it's there. And like if you want to make clouds and stuff, you can you could use like an X-Acto knife and like scrape it out. And
That's really cool.
that's how you do it traditionally, but like it takes
That's
forever.
so cool.
It takes forever. So I do it. I was gonna do it digitally, and I bought the screen tones, and I was like, this looks great, but like it looks stale. Like something's missing. And I feel like you couldn't really feel what I was trying to do. So I came across I basically use ink wash and like turn them into screen tones, into those little dots. And then that's how I do the screen tones for RESENTER.
That's so fucking raw.
But I had to do them over because I did like 13 pages of the 13 initial pages that were finalized and done with the digital screen tones. And then I was like, let me try this ink wash method. And then I had to do everything over. So that's what ended up taking so long. Because the pages themselves were done in like a month.
That's insane.
Crazy.
I really have no concept of how mangas are made, if I'm being honest.
That's why it's like
Same.
Everybody's like, oh, okay.
No, but that's so raw.
No, and this is like
everybody's like
a
glossed over, like, oh.
No, we're listening.
That's
We're
crazy.
listening.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it really. And when you had showed us like that manga, I really was gonna ask you like, was that Monster? She just
That was
showed us?
Monster.
That
Yeah.
That's why I love you.
Yeah, I'm a huge manga nerd. I love Naoki Urasawa. He's one of my, I have like a top 5 manga artists that I love. He's
you
on
have
that
the perfect edition.
Of course.
You just like me for real. Because I got volumes 1 through 5 and I need to get more of them. So.
For Monster Perfect Edition? I got all 9. You know you can get them on eBay, right? That's my secret. I get all of my shit on eBay. And
all the old mangas you can get for a very good price on eBay.
Very good price. Very good price.
eBay is scary to me. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like
You don't like fighting the crowd.
I feel like it's like
I don't
Craigslist.
bid.
It's like the
I do
black
not
market
bid.
out there.
Oh, I be bidding. I'm
not
gonna
good
lie.
on the bidding shit.
No.
Because motherfuckers
My
out here
heart.
got like algorithms and shit that they have set up like bid at this thing, and they actually have like bots and stuff to bid for them. So like I'm not gonna outbid a bot.
I'm not
I
gonna.
don't know.
not
You might have
either.
to trust your fucking luck though, because there are times where I bid on something that was like, there was like this vintage manga that costed like $100 fucking at the time.
What was it? What was it?
It was called Happy Mania. I don't know.
Is it a horror
Anybody?
movie?
Huh?
Is it horror?
No, it's like it's Josei. Like
Josei. Okay.
And these niggas, like when I say I was in a bid war twice for that shit. The first time I lost, and the second time I got it for like $50, which is like half the price it was going for. So I'm very excited about that. Also, there are a lot of things that I got for like whole box sets of shit for like way less and in perfect condition. Like I don't know, sometimes it'd be worth it.
It is worth it. Manga, I got the whole thing on eBay for like, I want to say like $120, maybe less than that.
That's not
9
bad.
volumes though, perfect edition, 9 volumes.
That's good.
It was crazy.
Because you know those be the fucking big ones, they always cost like a little bit more. I got like Tokyo Ghoul like about, I would say I think that's like about 9 volumes, and I got that for $60. It's like if you do the math.
When you do the math, you can tell, if they're trying to overcharge or whatever.
Because these are people who just like get this shit out my house, like you know.
I wanted the Berserk, you know, the Berserk black, the big
The
edition.
deluxe.
Yeah, the deluxe.
Damn, you want the big ones, the big boys?
Those are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
But it's better than
hard,
collecting
though.
40 fucking volumes or some shit. Who got space on their shelf for that?
I mean, I'm in the process of that. If I'm gonna be honest, my shit is building in the background.
Yo,
I'm
like if y'all see
crying.
my shit in the back, there's no space. There's no
Yeah,
space.
that
Once I get that
expensive,
bottom shelf full,
though.
there's not gonna be any space.
I don't buy manga.
Why
I
manga?
that should be stressing me out. I have bought some, but then I'm like, where am I gonna put this?
understandable. Because like once you keep buying it, now you got to find some place to put it, and that actually stresses me out.
That's what I don't like. Every single time, I'll always give my books away. Like I'll buy so many books and I'll give them away because it's like, where the fuck am I keeping this? That's why I also don't have stuffed animals. Yeah,
I be selling shit. I got my shit in rotation, bro.
Yeah.
I actually have a fucking stack of books on the floor because my regular books are on the floor because there's no space on the bookshelf because I have all my manga there.
And me too. I keep my
so I'm in the process of trying to find like a wall shelf and then maybe move them to the wall.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, you could like build a shelf, something like that.
Oh, building shit.
Yeah, maybe there's also get one of my niggas to do that because I'm not very handy dandy.
Yeah, I'm not about to build it.
That's why I'm like, y'all building shit.
There's also like on your bed, like if you could get like a shelf, for like a bookshelf on your bed, because that's what I got.
A headboard shelf.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that
sounds interesting.
It sounds.
I don't even know what that's about.
You said it sounds interesting. That means, it's not for me. Whatever.
Nah, I mean, because I had to look at my bed and I had to imagine.
Say,
like,
I just told you I'm not building shit. Like, why would you even?
I had to think about like, is that feasible? Looking at my bed, looking back at my bed, looking back at the stack of books. Like, can I do that?
Is that something I really want?
I just like a book, like just bump my head, like don't. And I was
That's
like,
what I was thinking, but I was trying to be
whole
positive.
Shit fall on you.
No, it's like the base of the headboard on the side, so it's like
on the side. Oh, okay. Okay,
so like when you lay
my
down,
imagination did
on the side.
Do that.
I was like, what if you fucking in like the books?
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, up there, and then it's like boom. You're like, damn.
That's the mean like slice of life anime moment, though, isn't it? Like you just
sure
wake up with
yes.
That would really hurt. And I would just lay on that bed like, oh, please help me. Like,
whole vibe is killed because a little book fell on your head because that big ass monster fell on your
the perfect condition just pooped your head. Damn.
Hey, them perfect conditions is thick, bro.
They built different.
They are though.
They built different. Like every time I remember I got them delivered and I had to pick them up. I was like, damn, these bitches heavy.
Which one did you get?
Well, I got Monster 1 through 6 now that I look at it. So I just need 7 through 9. Yeah. I was spending money.
You was rich. Hey.
Nah, don't put that name on me. Don't
politician on a mission. Crazy.
What's the death of me is looking at Pinterest and like, oh, let me just type in bookshelves and all the bookshelves.
All them bookshelves. Yes.
I'd be like, my toxic traits, like, I can do that. I
can do that.
Like stair bookshelves and stuff like that.
Look,
bookshelves in your chair.
All
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's stressful to me.
Yeah.
I like to have as little stuff as possible.
You're a minimalist.
Yeah.
Sister
Jinx.
I feel that. It's not me, but I feel that.
No facts. The way my life is all fucking cluttered. Like just
right.
I'm like a good place in between. I feel like I definitely hoard on and stuff, but I don't have a problem throwing things away.
I still need to decorate my fucking apartment. My shit look kind of bare low key.
I want one of those. I want
Moody like that's nice though.
That's what I'm like. I've been looking. I've been like, it don't look like it's nothing in there.
He's like, ooh, you ain't got nothing in there. Aesthetic goes.
Yeah, I like that.
Girl,
I feel like
ain't shit in here.
It's not like cottage core cluttered in my house, but like
cottage core.
You know what I mean when it be looking like it came out of a fucking fairy tale.
Like house
and it's like
I can't do that. My anxiety go through the damn roof.
You trying to get us quiet.
I know she was trolling.
No.
He's like, I'm not about to give you my address on live.
Brian.
I'm trying to get too well known in these streets. Ain't no way.
That's a fact. before niggas pull up on me.
Literally.
Like, so what's up?
I'll be like, so what's up with you?
Please stop. That is terrifying. Oh my God.
Literally.
Well, I have gathered you guys all here today about horror anime.
Yay.
Should I grab my alcohol now? I missed it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on. Wait.
Is that a Jujutsu Kaisen shirt? Let me see.
I got this shit from Walmart for $6.
Yo, the Walmart and Target anime merch game is kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Hot Topic be going too.
Hot Topic's cool, but they shit expensive and it's not good quality.
Yeah, same with
same with what?
Spencer's and Hot Topic are like Spencer's is like basically Hot Topic's mom.
Yeah, it's Hot Topic with dildos.
Hot Topic being a mom is crazy.
And then Box Lunch.
No, Spencer's is the mom. Hot Topic is the child.
Yeah, definitely Spencer's is the mom.
Expensive as fuck.
And then Box Lunch is like the bougie auntie. I love Box Lunch. Auntie.
I don't know what that is.
It's like it's a sister store to Hot Topic, but it's like more adult themed as far as like there's button ups, you can get like dishware and things like that. Like I got a Kiki's Delivery Service kitchen set. That's really fucking cute.
They still have dildos and stuff in there, or no dildos?
No, they're not. They don't like that. Or don't like grown. Spencer's.
Girl, let's go to Spencer's.
Why do you remember that about Spencer's though? Was the dildos on point back then, or like?
I mean, dildos is alright. I'm not gonna hold you. Like they got decently priced dildos. Like it's not gonna be luxury sex toy. It's getting the job done.
The emergency dildo.
Yes,
it's not your favorite. It does the job.
Yeah.
Old Faithful. Yeah.
I need to buy me an Old Faithful. I'm not even gonna hold you. My toy broke. And I'm so bad. So I gotta buy a new one.
I haven't had a new toy since my shit broke like last year. And I've just been cave woman ever since.
Yeah, I'm tired of playing DJ every other fucking night. It's bad.
No, but you know what it is? I be feeling like, you ever feel like you lose feeling in your clit like after using a vibrator too much?
Yeah.
Is that so just real quick. So like let's say hypothetically, like does it
Ashley, come on now, girl. You
come with it. We need to take another shot.
You act like you about to ask something like you don't know. Like I don't know what you about to ask.
No, I'm like because it's kind of like
I don't know what you about to ask.
It be because I've realized that like because I've been using it a lot. It takes me a little bit longer to get the feeling. Like I'll get it, but it takes a little
longer. The vibration does like one time I literally broke my pussy, bro. Like I literally broke
pussy.
It. Like I broke it.
I love that song. Broken
pussy. Yo, why do I not know this song? Because that was my fucking anthem in like 2012, bro. In 2012, I broke my fucking clit. I used the fucking vibrator on the highest setting. And I say when I would not let my shit breathe, I was not letting my shit breathe. Like I think
why
I came like 20.
That?
Because that was my first. It was my first vibrator. I was excited and I kept using it.
I feel that.
For a week, I really didn't have no feeling in my fucking clit because I broke my shit.
Like,
no,
doesn't it come back though, right? Like, you just gotta celibate for a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
You just gotta take a break, or you just need to like do some tantric shit to yourself, if that's the case.
Or put it on the lower settings. I would suggest using the lower settings. Don't go hard.
What I've been doing is I've been using
hard, go hard or go home. That's how I feel.
You gotta go hard.
I've been using a high setting, but I've been turning it on Morse code. So it's not a constant vibration.
You be coming on Morse code?
Morse code.
No, that's fire.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I love it now.
See, now I need to buy one. God damn it! Like,
hold on. I might have something to share with y'all later. Hold on, cause like, Hold on, because
Hercules.
what I got. Oh gosh, how much I'm trying to share right now. Hold up, I don't even be talking about this stuff on Twitch. So hold up, wait, because my setup is wild. I know the Morse code. I can't do the Morse code. I can't do the Morse code is for like a little surprise in between settings, and then that's it. But I'm usually on a lower setting, like a low to mid. I only go high for like a second, and then I'll go back down to like low to mid, and I'll just like coast there.
Ooh, full blast.
Is that personal preference or is that to preserve your clit?
Both. Because I had that situation, and I'm not trying to have another Crimson situation, because I did that back in the day, and that shit is not cute.
Not right. It's not right. And then also, like, when you have if you have a partner, it's like, I'm not stimulated anymore with my partner.
I'm done.
My clit is broken, and like they going hard, and I'm not having fun.
And you not,
and I'm like, it's not you, it's me. You know?
Yeah, I have a story about that.
All right, should we get to the go?
Yeah, let's
go.
We keep trying, but we keep getting detoured, but I'm having a great time, so. Everybody's getting along so well, and I'm so happy. Glitter.
Glitter. Sunshine.
Oh, unicorns and sparkles.
I can never do the Korean hearts. My fingers are too long. There we go.
Mine are just ugly.
I don't even know.
I can't do that.
Damn.
This is not cute. My hands are like.
This is like you.
This is not kawaii. This is not. It's not hitting.
Fingers ain't made for that.
I might need to open another bottle of wine.
Ooh.
Yeah, we fancy.
Real classy.
My last bottle had like just this much left. I'm trying to I'm gonna have to re-up.
I just drank a little bit more. So now that we're all
I've been doing shots, but I'm trying to save my shots. Maybe I should drink this fucking Moscato shit. Go ahead.
I took my 2 shots already.
Zaria,
Zaria.
You've been lit.
You were lit, bitch.
I thought we was taking shots together. Like nobody's saying nothing.
I've been.
Let's take a shot now.
All right, yay!
1, 2, 3.
Oh, y'all lit as hell.
Imagine me trying to take a shot of wine. I'm gonna just watch y'all.
I mean, you could if you really wanted to.
A shot of wine is ungodly.
Literally, it's too ill. It's too much.
It's a lot.
Too much.
I tried that one time and I was like, "Ooh, yeah, the room's spinning." And
every time I'm like super plastered, people are always like, "Oh, I have this 20-year scotch that I really want you to taste." Mind you, I'm drunk, so I sit up there and I shoot it, and they're like, "That was $45," and I'm like, "Well, it was good."
Did you want me to sip on that?
Right?
I mean, technically, like really expensive, like scotches and stuff. That's supposed to be stuff that you have off of, like on ice, and you're supposed to sip it.
You can drink it if you really want to.
Mixing it and making cocktails.
But I'm like so drunk that people are handing me things, so I'm shooting it automatically.
You should have gave directions.
Yes, thank you.
It is liquor, okay? It is liquor at the end of the day. And what do we do with liquor? We take that shit to the head. So
take it to the head.
Don't talk about it. Man, that was like the song of like that was an era. That was definitely an era. That was definitely an era.
Big fat nigga, all that huffing and puffing.
I'm crying.
Nicki Minaj knew she was wrong for that.
She's wrong for a lot of things.
I give up on her. I give up on Nicki Minaj.
She just keeps taking L's, bro.
Yeah, L after L. It's being delivered to her too.
Damn.
Express delivery.
Honestly, I don't know what the fucking rap girlies are doing, but it's time to grab your favorite bitch and just hold on to tight.
Who wants to go first? Let's go in alphabetical order.
Alphabet.
Ashley.
Okay,
my first name.
I like
okay.
that. I don't like.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I need to think. I need think time. Don't do that to me.
Okay.
All right. So fall 2022 anime obviously is going crazy, but the one thing I think everybody should be watching from this season is Blue Lock. I think everybody should be watching it.
I knew you were
How'd you know?
I was gonna say soccer shit, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say The Eminence of Shadow because that shit. Actually, I changed my answer. You want to know what everybody should be? You want to know what everybody should be watching? Akiba Maid Wars. I'm decided because it's cute maids with guns, and that shit is fucking funny.
I've been seeing the clips. That shit look fire.
It is. It's so fire, and it's my favorite opening song of the season. So I'm decided that I'm going with that. That shit is hard.
Okay. Cool. I am going to say Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
I read all the manga. I'm currently reading the second half of it as well. It is amazing. It's such a good story. The 2 episodes already are so fucking good. Like, and if you like Grindhouse, if you like absurdist humor, and just like silly off the wall violence and goofball corny shit, it is for you. So if you like those things, do it. And it's beautifully animated by Mappa Studios. Make sure those people get paid.
Hello.
I was super shocked by that art style of Chainsaw Man. I don't know. For some reason, I thought the colors would be a little bit more saturated and it would be more sharp. And I guess it's just because I'm used to that from Shonen and like seeing that art style everywhere. So I was really shocked, but I like it a lot.
Good.
I would say that because I love Chainsaw Man. I'm pretty sure I've read twice at least. But what I'm hoping for, and I don't know if y'all have read it, but Uzumaki.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah. I heard that was
come out in October. But
is it October or was it January? Or am I confused?
Is it? I thought it was October.
It was supposed to be October originally, and then they pushed it back.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
There was some kind of delay.
Because I've been reading it and like peak fucking horror. Like I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for it.
Same.
I love Jinzo.
That because I read what is it? Uzumaki Tommy, the other
Tomie.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gigi, this is off topic, but so the cover of RESENTER, is it more so supposed to be Tomie, or is it supposed to be more so Paprika? Because I know we talked about that.
More so Paprika.
Okay.
It's still off that artwork that I showed you, but I was like, I wanted a more zoomed in.
I thought it looked a little bit different from what we saw before.
Yeah, it was different. It's different.
That should look good as fuck. Thank you.
That is my favorite anime psychological movie. I give it Chef Kiss from Satoshi Kon. Yeah, Kon, how you pronounce his name? But that from Perfect Blue, I have to say,
yeah,
Perfect
Blue. It tops it. I love it.
Agreed. Highly agreed.
Yeah, Paprika is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what does everybody else think someone should be watching right now? Like, what do you think?
It has to be this season.
It doesn't have to be this season. I just picked this season.
Because I'm gonna be girl, I am so I've been just
the season really just started too. The season really just started.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can I just say like what I am liking right now and think people should be watching? Okay. So lately I've been watching Blue Period.
Oh my god.
So good.
And it's mad good.
Yes.
Like as an artist, I'm just like I feel so seen through this anime. And like I've seen like there's like some stuff that I've tried to tackle like very lightly, like the arts, but like this is like really diving deep. And I like the main character. I like that there's like a trans girl in the show. I was not expecting that. And I was like, this is a pleasant surprise. But also like the feelings of like killing your peers with your work and like slaying bitches. I was like, because sometimes we have to do that to ourselves and like hype ourselves up just so that we can keep it going. And I've never seen it. I've seen that in shonen, but like for fighting. And like not all of us be out here fighting. Like that's not everybody's baseline.
Yeah.
You know? So like to still have that like shonen energy over painting though, I thought that shit was kind of cool. So that's
cool.
That one
to add, like Blue Period is really great just for like, because I think he didn't even start out as an artist. Like he wasn't even an artist. He was like, "Why y'all in here like painting? That's weird." And I think it's really great about, it's kind of a great anime about like finding your purpose and finding what inspires you and like motivates you to move and you know and do things from your heart. Like I think that was so good.
Agreed.
I 100% agree. Definitely.
If I speak.
No, speak, Todd.
If I speak, so I would say currently what I'm Chainsaw Man, of course. I literally cried after watching like the first episode because I was like, finally, it's coming to fucking life after reading the manga. Like it's just so amazing to watch it. But also Golden Kamuy. I'm like the Jehovah's Witness of Golden Kamuy because it's like, do y'all have time to allow the Immortal Sugimoto in your heart, please? Because it's such a good series just to see like different like ancient cultures and like, you know, great battle scenes and just weird like funny male like fan service, like just seeing naked men like fighting and like all this sort of shit. It was my type of game. So yeah, that's what I've been liking so far.
What? Yeah. I don't really have any concept of that anime at all, so I didn't know it'd be naked people in there. I might have to give it.
It's naked men,
you know.
Yeah, like
Ass Cheeks is out. I have to go check it out.
Again, Twitter, and I seen a hot guy, and I was like, "So this is what I've been missing out on."
I'm telling you. Missing out.
I be having the block hot with all these horny Twitter honeys.
I do not be having the block hot. I swear.
Bitch, yes you do. Stop.
Super hot. That should be super hot. I'd be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Why is Sanji's dick in a bun, bro? Why?
Oh,
I saw that.
Oh, what are we talking about right now?
Yeah. I saw that shit.
I'm a
you ain't.
What?
Why is his dick in a bun?
Some dick sandwich.
So there is a figurine of Sanji, and he got his dick out, and it's in a pretzel bun with a little lettuce, a little tomato.
Jesus, I saw it.
Secret sauce. It could be aioli, it could be mayo, but
aioli on a hot dog, Moody.
That's no hot. I don't know. That's a sub sandwich. That shit look thick. Like
not Subway.
Okay.
Not Jimmy John's.
Not Jersey Mike's.
I'm dead.
Fucking
dead.
People gotta be stopped.
People gotta be stopped.
No, because at what point do y'all like ever look at figures like that and be like, fuck, I can't buy this because I'm gonna stick this shit up my pussy? Like
that's how I was with the Gojo
we
figure.
back to this.
That's how I was with the ghetto figurine. I was like, listen, who's making? I don't know.
Yeah, who in the stew?
I want to buy this, but too much. So I'm like,
my family will fucking disown me if they ever seen a nigga with a dick sandwich out in my room. Like,
like when I saw that ghetto figure with his cock ring and shit, I was like, oh,
that's too far. It's too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
Your nieces can't ever come over. Like,
literally.
No.
What
Bro.
I don't like company anyway.
Can't nobody pop by because you got dicks everywhere. Like
just swinging.
Cocky.
Hey, live your truth.
My best life.
Dang.
Zaria,
next.
I'd like to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So right now, I am keeping up with a little bit of the fall stuff. So I'm watching Bleach. But I'm not here to recommend Bleach, but I will. I do think that
yes,
real quick. I do think Bleach is a really great anime to watch just because I really think that Bleach inspired a lot of the like supernatural animes that we have out now, like Demon Slayer and like
definitely Demon Slayer.
Like Hell's Paradise, like all those other things. Like I definitely do think that Bleach inspired those things, and it's really great if you just want to read back to things that are a little bit older. But I'm here to preach the 2-year eternity thing, because I don't feel like people talk about 2-year eternity enough. I think it's a really great story of like personal growth, and I also think it's really great about just learning and growing with others, learning about how humanity works, and how people, even like the briefest moments of interacting with people, really influence you. And I think it's just great, and it just came out. The first episode of the second season just came out today, I think.
I thought I saw it was today.
Yeah.
So, I was crying off and on. I started today, so
I guess I'll give it one more time. I'll give it one more shot. This will be the 5th time. Trying to get it into
what episode you been stopping at?
Like 3. Like it
Why?
just doesn't grab me.
Nah.
It just doesn't grab me.
You gotta keep it going. What's that little girl name? When you get to that little girl? March.
Oh my gosh.
That's
March is the cutest. She
so freaking cute.
Yeah, don't tell nothing to Stony, because Stony didn't watch it.
But you gotta get the March. Get the March.
Yeah,
I'm on episode 4 or 5.
Give it one more shot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it one more shot.
You gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it. It's a slow start. I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? This dog and this rock and like, what's happening?
The rock. I'm like,
it felt like it popped off immediately to me.
That's how I felt. Like the first episode had me crying. Like
I liked it because I like the premise of like this thing trying to figure itself out, but like I still was like, I didn't, it was still kind of abstract, but like once you get into it, like it really does pick up though. And it like,
all right, I'm gonna watch it high. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah,
don't watch it.
Girl, you about to be sobbing.
Sleep.
Literally. Either sleep, sobbing, or confused. Cause like,
okay, all right. I gotta watch it during the day because it put me to sleep for real. I'm like,
watch it during the day. It's like Mushishi, like one of those like slow supernatural kind of animes.
Oh my! She is definitely a slow burn.
Yeah,
I would call that a slice of life supernatural anime. I don't know, because it's not super action packed, but like the stories are really good. Like that and Natsume's Book of Friends would be like my slice of life, like supernatural stuff.
Crimson, you just mentioned Hell's Paradise, and we were actually supposed to get Hell's Paradise animated because I read it. And that shit is gas.
Yeah, for sure.
Gas.
Like that's like my favorite genre of anime. Like hell, like supernatural demons, whatchamacallit, hauntings, shit like horror shit like that. Like that's my shit. But definitely because I think what's really great about supernatural anime is that there's so much of, I guess, culture that goes into it in terms of like Japanese lore and stuff like that, which I think is really cool.
We finna be cool.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's the same with me. I think with anything with feudal Japan, swordsmanship, anything with gore, like example, Shiguri, Death Frenzy. It has, the history with feudal Japan, and it talks about Edo, and it has its dual moments, everything, and they fight, and they explain it. And it's just very good, but it's very explicit too. It's so good, and I recommend it. But if you don't like being explicit things like sexual content, then I don't recommend it for you. But yeah,
I hope everybody here likes sexual content because this is
absolutely
explicit as fuck.
You know me,
this
how I get
conversation been sexual content. What?
You got on the pod.
This shit been explicit as fuck.
Yeah.
All of y'all are sexual deviants, and that's why I brought you here today.
Absolutely.
This is a meeting of the minds, meeting of the meat, if you will.
You say meeting of the meat?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's fucking nice. I hate you so
crazy,
much.
bro.
You're funny.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a deviant. I did pick horror over sex on the podcast.
You did, and
I
that's
did.
I was just think that makes you not a little bit off. Come on, it's okay. It's all right.
I'm a deviant. I'm more of a deviant for picking that.
Yeah, she's sick. Like, nah, blood and guts. No bumping coochies. Blood and guts.
Yeah, scissoring.
It's a little sick.
I mean, I could sick. Little Hellraiser kind of action.
Hello.
No, I saw somebody talking about on Twitter about fucking to horror movies, and I was like, I don't know, is that something I'd be into?
See, I think I'd be into like the Hellraiser for sure. Slasher thing was about like the whole 80s slasher movies where it was super horny, and it was just like so beautiful to die moments where it was like they were dead, but they were really like posed, like all like explicit and shit. And I'm like, I guess that was what it was supposed to give, but me personally, it doesn't mix. If anything, as a woman, it makes me more fearful. Like horror movies and horror things, where they kill the woman a lot more. I think
gruesomely than they do the men. Yeah.
Yes, I think making it sexual and violent is worse.
I agree.
To be honest,
that's just not your kink. That's all.
Let
me stop.
Sometimes it feels misogynistic at some points, but it really depends on the movie because a lot of horror directors are queer, and it's usually an analogy towards that. But sometimes it's just like splitting bitches from like pussy up to the head. I'm like, you hate women because there was no reason for this. And there's certain movies, I think like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, they do a really good job at like showing how people like don't like they did a really good take on ableism because there is a man in a wheelchair. And they like he was seen less than because he was in the wheelchair. Whereas like it's a little bit hard to explain because I haven't thought about it or looked at it in a while, but yeah.
What about that one movie with that dude that was like a clown with like black and white?
Terrifier.
Yeah, that shit was nice.
I never saw that. What's that?
I didn't even watch it. It looks like an edge fest, and not in a good way.
Remember when I was reading that manga? What's it called? MPD Psycho. And it's basically about this guy. He has like multiple personality disorder, and so he goes out and kills people at night, but during the day he's a detective, like he's on his CSI shit.
I think I heard about this.
I mean, I put it down at first because it was very triggering, and then I picked it back up and I was like, okay, now that I'm not like mentally ill, this is kind of okay. But I think what really pissed me off the first round was that it was very explicit in the way, like nearly all the deaths that were very, very, very violent were women, and they were sexual. Like the first chapter, a girl is like her body is dismembered, and the killer makes her face herself. So if the killer will put them in these poses and makes the head face the woman in like these very sexual acts, and they're usually dressed down and very in like some gear and
that's
stuff.
Graphic and dark.
That's extra.
Yeah, and you see why I put it down the first time? I'm like, come on.
Trying to embarrass her from beyond the grave.
Make my dead body see myself basically sexually assaulted and
that's
like,
wild.
The grave. Like,
that shit is tough to get through.
Who is the target audience for this?
It's discontinued, so I think that nobody was the target audience anymore. No longer in print.
So. Was there a reason for that? Because see, I can get past shit being like that if there's a reason.
If it's a reason,
but there was no reason. But there was no reason. And then all the other deaths that were men, like I mean, they were gruesome, but they just weren't as.
They weren't like that.
It was different. Like that. Like every time it was a woman, it just seemed personal. Like
Did you read it too, Farris?
No, but now that she's telling me, I remember her sending stuff in the group chat.
Yeah, like I was like, I'm traumatized you too. Here you go.
Yeah,
I saw it. So now you have to see.
The grudge moves on.
Yeah, I do the same thing with the girls in the group because like if something like now you're gonna get traumatized too because I didn't need to see this like. Oh my God. It's a manga that I'm currently reading too. I forgot what it was named, but this dude, he has it's a virus going on, and he has this killing intent, and he didn't mean to catch this virus, but he has the killing intent, and every time he goes around his crush, he just, muscle spasms.
I remember seeing you talk about that.
Yeah, and muscle spasms. And the last time he went around his girlfriend or crush, he just pictured in his head, like grabbing her intestines or whatnot, and I'm tying them to the back of the car, and like it was like, oh my God,
that's a lot.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's sick as fuck. What?
That was sick, sir. No.
I'm not gonna lie. That
did you get to say your anime that you think that everybody should watch?
Yeah. I really think everybody should get ready for Villain Saga next year on January 3. Yeah, it's gonna be a ride. If you're ready, you know what's up on the sleeve.
I'm ready for Farmland Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Farmland Saga.
Farmland Saga.
There's a lot of farming that happens, so that's great.
Activity. Yeah, sorry, Nick's gonna get bit off, so be ready for that.
Oh, well, I'll be watching.
Oh yeah.
You guys already kind of talked a lot about what you're reading right now. Is anybody else reading anything specific? Crimson, yes.
Yeah, because I did. That was what I was reading that traumatized me.
You're like, oh wait, no, I don't want that to be the last thing I say about manga.
Yo,
hell nah.
Right now I'm reading Junji Ito, Black Paradox.
Oh shit!
It just came out, I think. I got it at Comic-Con for like the early release, so I got to like read it.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
cool.
I was so excited. It's about 4 people who really want to fucking kill themselves. And
don't tell me too much. I ordered it. Oh,
you did? Oh,
I didn't read it yet though.
Well, I'm just giving like the base plot. Like, I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah, you find this out like right at the beginning.
Who basically meet through this website called Black Paradise because they intend on killing themselves, and it's just that dynamic of like what happens with them between meeting to like get through it. Like it's really good. Also, I think like the mass suicide thing just really pulled me in because usually those type of things are always weird. And I like the idea of people meeting up on the internet to do like really intimate and strange acts. Like I think that was just like what pulled me in. And I think it's very bizarre even for him, like even for Junji Ito, like that's a really bizarre kind of story. So I definitely think people should read that.
So I'm reading now is The Drifting Classroom.
Ooh, look at that
by Kazuo
book.
Umez. So this is volume 1 of 3. And this thing is ginormous.
Yeah, it is.
It's a thick bitch. Yeah.
It is a thick bitch. This is like the Bible right here. But it's a horror manga, and it's about this little boy who at the beginning of the manga, he gets into a fight with his mom, and he's on his way to school in the morning. And then he goes to his school, and then the whole town hears like this massive like explosion. And they're like, where did that come from? What's that? So the little boy, he's in the school. They hear the explosion and stuff too. They go to the window, and outside they see nothing but like sand and like desert. And they're like, what the hell is going on? And then the boy's mom, she goes to the school, and the whole school is missing. The whole shit is just uprooted. So they're on both sides trying to figure out like what's happening, like what's going on. And then like on the little boy's side, it's a bunch of like school kids. So it's like 6th graders and under. And the teachers don't know, and they got limited rations and stuff, like food, water, everything's limited. So the point of the story is to try to like figure out what's going on and like how they're gonna survive. But it's it's a horror though.
It got it going on.
It's a horror though, so it's like it's on some Lord of the Flies type shit.
Yeah.
So like if you ain't got an issue with kids getting bodied, like that might be for you. it might be for you.
No, I'm with it.
Yeah,
it's good. It's mad good. It's
that's an older
school.
title though, right? I was
It's
gonna say
way
because I
old.
picked that up in Barnes and Nobles, and I was like, this looks a little older.
This is old. It came out in like I want to say like the 70s or something. I will say forewarning. It's kids in here, and like the time is different, so sometimes you will catch like a little misogynistic thing, and it's like. But just kind of, you know, I just ignore it as like this is kids trying to play grown up, because that is sort of what happens also, where like the kids are trying to take care of each other as adults would, so they kind of mimic adults.
Yeah.
So I take it as that. So, you know, but it's different. It's definitely not like modern manga for sure. It's different. For sure it's different.
They were wilding back in the 70s. Like the whole Devilman series and stuff, like a lot of those pieces got fucking banned in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. The 80s too.
Yeah, 80s as well.
Fist of the North Star was OD. Like, a lot of the OVAs back in the day were OD. People like heads exploding and shit. Like, damn, y'all okay?
I'm glad y'all brought that up. Oh my Devilman and all of the Devilman series. Because I always like to go back and look at those. And you can actually, if you have Roku or anything, you can go look at it on Manga TV. But when I go back and look at it, I just think about it and just look at all the gore and look at Ryu. And I just look at it like, oh my gosh, like he's a different character. They made him different. He's more violent. They're, you know, more explicit, and there's more blood. And in the 80s and in the 90s, they really didn't care. They did not they did not care at all. They really didn't.
Absolutely not. Big balls to the wall.
It's more because it's on Retro Crush too. What's it called? Wicked City. Thank you, Moody.
Yes.
Thank you. I really had to shout it out. Thank you, Moody, who put me on Wicked City. But when I look at Wicked City, it was this wild scene. This lady, she was on the wall and she opened her lips. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? What am I looking at? And oh my gosh, it was so disturbing.
I have to check that out. Wicked City.
I also feel like during that age where that whole cyberpunk gory genre that anime was in, they need to bring that back. What was other like something like Wicked City or Lily Cat? That was pretty interesting. Belladonna Sadness was really cool
my
too.
gosh,
I gotta see that. Really I keep hearing good things about that.
It was hard when I first started watching it, Belladonna Sadness, but it took me a couple tries to like actually get through, and it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's really avant-garde. It's not.
It is.
I love me a little avant-garde.
Yeah, sometimes those are difficult because I don't be knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yes.
Yeah, about everything that y'all named is no crush.
Is anybody reading or heard of Dandadan?
Yes,
I heard about it.
I've heard of it, but I'm not
the thing
reading.
about it is, I went to a manga panel at Comic-Con, and I thought it was gonna be like some regular like shonen shit, but apparently the whole premise of the story is that they're looking for this guy's balls the whole time. Like his actual testicles?
I don't think it's the whole time. I think it's like the first volume.
But still,
okay.
What are they missing?
That's still a lot of pages to be looking for a nigga's
Wow.
Somebody's testes. Yeah.
They special testicles?
So it's this girl and it's this guy. And I think the guy believes in aliens and UFOs. And the girl is the spiritualist, and they're both like, well, your thing is fake, and you're the stupid person because you believe that. And then they're both like, okay, bet. So why don't you go to this place where people say that they see UFOs, and then you go to this place that's haunted? So the boy goes to this bridge that's haunted by this spirit or yokai called Turbo Granny, and she like takes his dick. And and I shared still of it in the group chat and in the AniBaes group chat because she was like, "Let me goggle them balls."
Excuse me.
And so
like, suck on my teats.
Yeah. And then she gets kidnapped by aliens or something like that. I don't know. It's a wild ride. It's
the alien shit was gross. Low-key.
Yeah, the alien
it was a lot.
Was gross. But I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. I think I'm like 6 chapters in. I took a break for it for a minute, but I'm probably gonna pick it back up soon.
That sounds absolutely insane.
Very insane.
I mean, the humor parts of it is really funny at the very least.
Panel that she showed was
Yeah,
not even that. Like she bargained. Like she was like, "I'll let you suck on my titties if you do this." Like, and it's like she's a super decrepit looking old lady. So it's like Miss.
I mean, shit. Everybody like that little titty be sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, somebody.
I can't with this.
I mean, hey,
boy, come on. Too hard.
I guess you gotta offer something to get something.
Hello.
Equivalent exchange. Come on.
It's been a minute too. She's that bridge.
She's a grumpy old troll.
Wait, she said, "I don't need no coins. Just
she
give me."
Probably stuck her tongue out and went and all that. You know how they do. Come on over here.
Oh my God.
They teach you something, youngin.
Okay. So why do you guys love horror? Like, obviously all of you love horror, but why? Y'all just sick freaks? Like, what's your deal?
Basically.
I was tired of seeing all the cutesy unicorns and stuff. Like, yeah, let's get to somebody getting their head blown off. Or like somebody's gut pouring out.
I don't know. I kind of like the feeling of being scared because it also makes you reflective on things in your own life, depending on what it is. Which is why I like gore to an extent. I'm not super big into slashers that don't serve a purpose. So like as much as I respect Scream for what it's done for current horror, I don't really care for it that much. As opposed to something like, the first few Nightmares on Elm Street, it's like at least you get like this specific 80s cheese with Freddy Krueger's one-liners and things like that. And then it's also about like sexuality and teen sexuality specifically. And I just like that horror can be one thing, but if you pay attention to it, it can be something completely different.
Yeah.
And depending who you are, it could be something completely different too.
Agree. Yeah.
100%.
And to piggyback on that, I think it's a great way to like get over your own fears. I think that a lot of the time it's like it's like a fear we feel like we have control over. It's like, how can you, how are you afraid of these things, but you can watch it happen to other people? It's like almost like I'm vicariously, like, it's like a mirror in a way for me. Sometimes I definitely, during the pandemic, I was really scared, like not thinking it was going to be like a zombie apocalypse scared, but definitely like scared of like the state of the world, and watching virus horror movies and scaring the shit out of myself helped me, I guess, cope with what was going on. And I think that like Farris said, a lot of the time it's something there are usually a message that's bigger than us if you look at it in the right way, as long as it's not like something basic like a slasher that there's no point.
That's the thing. I've never been a fan of slashers, especially ones that are just meaningless. Like being meaningless. And like to me, like ever since I was a kid, like I don't know, the idea of even there's a lot of horrors where it's just like your morals and ethics are questioned. I love seeing the ones where they have this like, this is who I am and nothing can ever make me deter. And then all of a sudden you're put into a situation and now you have to decide, you know what I mean?
Tested. Yeah.
You're now tested and you end up seeing that there's actually a side of you that you didn't know existed. just seeing like the different types of like sacrifices. Like, do I sacrifice my brother, or do I sacrifice, my mom? Like, having to just make those types of like decisions, and humans being forced, because it's just like we always have, like, people always have this like mask to them, like, oh, I would never do anything to like harm anybody. I would never. And then it's just like, you just haven't been put in the right position. You haven't been in the right scenario. And seeing those boundaries crossed is just like, there it is. And that's why it really has to have substance. Like, horror for me there has to be a reasoning. There has to be something being tested. There has to be a bigger picture, because that's kind of how I see like myself. Because it's like, it's like, okay, I can say like, I think my moral and ethics are pretty clear and things like that, but who would I be if I was what decision would I make? Would it be the right one? Like, am I, so those are the things that I really like to be questioned about, like myself. I like to reflect. And that's why I love horror so much, because it really makes you do that internal, like, examination of yourself. Like, what if I was in that situation? What would I do? So, yeah.
Agree.
I like that answer.
That's exactly why I love horror. That psychological aspect. And I agree with all of you, like slasher, it really just doesn't do it for me. I will watch it sometimes just to have something on, but it doesn't really hit the spot like horror with a little psychological aspect does. I also like when there's a manipulative character, like whether it be a femme fatale or it's just like a just sick motherfucker who really doesn't care.
I was about to say, that's probably why I enjoy it
for her
a lot.
And I love a good fuck around to find out thing, like, where people are like, that I don't believe in that, and I'm gonna disrespect this
sacred building,
thing, or I'm gonna, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that, and then they fuck around and find out. And I love a good for her moment where it was like somebody, whether it would be a person or a spirit, got revenge on people who harmed them.
Shout out to Midsummer for that.
Wait, you want to know what? That's so crazy, because that's exactly what Gigi's manga is about.
For real? Really? Let me buy you a copy, because I live for that. I do. Like, I'm just, it's so heartwarming to me too. Like,
it is.
Because it's like, it's like, finally vengeance. Like, I love me a good vengeance plot, because especially and specifically for women and children.
That's exactly what we talked about when me and Gigi had the pod together, is how important it is for those universal questions, I think is the term that you use specifically, to be seen from like a woman's lens, and not just a woman, but a Black femme. So that's so cool.
Yeah. And that's like a lot of with horror, what bothers me, and a lot of people are starting to step away from it, is the final girl trope where she has to be a brunette, she has to be virginal, and she had to be nice throughout the whole thing. It's like, can you give me a bitch that was sucking dick and still survive?
Those are people who are going to actually survive.
Literally.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Real. That makes me, because one of the things that I actually liked about people like, Ashley, why do you like Tokyo Ghoul so much? The reason why I like it so much is the fact that Kaneki was just a random ass motherfucker that just got caught up in the wrong
shit.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
I love that is in that world, like, no matter if he got caught up or not, that world was going to be like that regardless. Like,
exactly.
That had nothing to do with him.
It was going to be somebody. And that part where he's getting tortured and he goes, like, he's literally literally going in and out of consciousness, right? Because all of this, like, whatever's being broken. And how the homegirl shows up in his fucking mind. And it's like asking him those questions, and like you could just literally see his morals and ethics just bending and twisting, and then seeing the mental break. Oh my God, it was beautiful. I love that shit. I eat it up. I love it.
That is one of my favorite
more beautiful in RE, because I think in RE it was like once he broke, he wasn't ever the same person. And he got very, very removed from who he used to be. And then you kind of see his journey with, you know, the people he used to know and him coming into like being, because he also suffered. I honestly think he suffered from a lot of some type of like personality disorder where he wasn't even himself anymore. Like he forgot who the fuck he was at some point. So it was really interesting to like not just like see him bending and twisting, but also like come back to who he was. Like there's a point in time where you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore, and you're just like existing. And it was more about him finding his will and becoming, you know, coming back into who he was again in the second part. And I like that too.
Absolutely.
Tokyo Ghoul is so good. I mean, it's got some pitfalls in that whole.
Yeah.
That fucking giant centipede shit, that was ridiculous.
Oh, God.
You played with me. You played in my face. You really played in my face with that. But it's still solid to me, in my opinion.
The whole scene with him, I was just like, oh my gosh. It made my skin crawl. Like him breaking the shackles loose, coming unloose, and you know, but spoiler alert for who those didn't see it.
Oh, sorry, it's too late.
No, it's okay. I haven't watched it, but go ahead.
Oh,
I'm trying to read it.
No, it's okay.
I'm about to read it because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like the first season, but I saw somebody did a manga panels that go hard thread today, and I saw one from Tokyo. I saw two from Tokyo Ghoul, and I was like, I think I'm gonna read it.
I heard the manga was better.
Great read. It is.
I heard
the manga's better.
Okay, as somebody who read the manga and watched the anime, like if you don't care if the manga if the anime deters from what the manga is, it's okay. The anime is okay. I know a lot of
the first season, so I don't think it's a good watch for me. I think it'll be a better read for me personally.
A lot of people hated it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I
didn't hate it. I just appreciate it. I just realized that I think it's also something, I don't know, maybe like grown into or some shit, but like I appreciate what is there, unless it's some crazy like doesn't make sense type of like shit that happened in Promised Neverland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can appreciate what it is, but I do have a question for y'all. Have y'all watched Hellgirl?
Yeah.
I haven't.
No, that's
I watched a few episodes of it.
Yeah, I never finished it, but that's the girl who has the business with like she'll get somebody for you, but your soul goes to hell.
Yeah. Hellgirl's really good. I'm not gonna say anything that really like spoils it too much, but what like the idea of like what would you sacrifice to get revenge if you really truly wanted it? Like, are you willing to like, you know, because they don't make you die. Yeah, they don't just like kill you. Just whenever you die, they take your soul. But in that moment, you actually get whatever type of revenge that you're seeking. And a lot of the stories, because like the episodes are like aren't really relating to each other, so it's like these mini stories, kind of like in a way, the way that like Paranoia Agent was. But there's like this overarching thing. Yeah, but it's good. I was like, damn. Because some of that shit, they realized what they did and realized that it actually wasn't worth it. And oh my gosh, like the oof.
Yeah.
For me to have to do that, like, you know how dirty you had to do me, that I was like, yeah, like I'm sacrificing my soul and I don't give a fuck.
It's some fucked up shit. Like people have one of them is this person lost everything. When I tell you everything, everything in their life. And it was all because of one person and one mistake.
Damn.
And it's just like, God damn, like what would you do?
I'm a certified hater, but I don't got that much hate in my heart to sacrifice my soul for revenge.
That's like right now, typing somebody's name on this laptop, and I'm gonna drag you and me both to hell right now. Like that's crazy, but hey, I got that much hate in my heart. So
let's get it popping.
Yeah, this world should know pain for real.
Let's go.
And that's also a thing, if you feel like you don't have nothing to live for, and if you don't care about the afterlife, it's like, who cares anyway?
Hey, fuck
whatever happens when I'm dead. Like I'm here now and I'm miserable because that this nigga's living. So
before I am anything, I'm
a
hater.
Yeah. We smoking that Karma pack.
Period.
Not the Karma pack.
Listen, Karma sometimes don't be moving fast enough for real.
Okay, I'll be like, God,
I needed to hurry up. I'll be like, hello.
Okay.
What you doing, bro? That nigga stole from me and you just
Hurry
let him
up.
rock.
Damn.
Hello?
You just let walk up the street. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
That's why I'm happy I have shitty memory. I be forgetting shit before I have enough hate in my heart.
Oh, see, I remember. I be, ooh.
Nope.
I'll be
every single motherfucking thing. I keep
and then I be
receipts,
tallying up
files.
I'm crying.
I got a jump drive, okay? Like, we're gonna get into some things.
I'm
like,
done.
You remember, bitch, when you did this to me?
Is there anything that you guys are super afraid of, or anything horror related that you're like, no, it's a no for me?
Home invasions. I do not fuck with a home invasion. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a left leaning woman, but I was considering real quick to get some sort of peace up in this place because New York City is wild these days. And I do not fuck with a home invasion. I have weapons in the house, but like
a samurai sword. Like,
I can't even say. I'm not trying to say because I'm too paranoid because I don't want nobody. I don't want no motherfucker to know ahead of time what to look out for. But I got shit up in here, and like I do not do home invasions. The strangers, that shit, like no.
Yeah, that shit scared fuck out of me.
No, sir.
Y'all do haunted houses and shit?
Huh?
Y'all do haunted houses and shit? Like in real life, like
haunted houses attractions or like
horror haunted houses?
Horror movies or attractions?
No, right? Not like real attractions. Not like an actual haunted house. No, I don't fuck with real spirits though.
Only manufactured spirits.
Only
Not
only silly.
No, but that's fucking real. I'll do the fake haunted houses. I went to Philly to do this haunted house. That's
Feel the screams.
Huh?
Feel the screams.
I don't know. It's on a real jailhouse. I forgot what it's called. I got a patch from that shit someplace. Yeah,
I've done all the shit.
And I was kind of afraid of that because I'm like, damn, this was on top of a real jailhouse. Like maybe there's like fucking
real
spirits still there.
In jail. Yeah, like death row.
Yeah, and so I'm like, this feels weird, and it was pretty scary. But other than that, was the only haunted house that I was ever scared of. A lot of haunted houses.
Y'all gonna laugh at me if I tell y'all what I'm afraid of for real.
What you afraid of?
Listening, I'm ready to laugh.
No,
right? She warned us and everything.
Okay, when I was little, I was afraid of squirrels, and I've been afraid of squirrels since I was like, no, I'm so serious.
Get out the room.
No, I was very. Ever since then, I've been afraid of rodents, like rats, anything. So if I see like a mouse, I literally like pass out because I hate rodents so bad.
What about chipmunks? What about Alvin and the Chipmunks?
No.
Fuck Alvin.
No chippets?
What about hamsters?
No Hamtaro?
And that's the thing. I loved Hamtaro when I was watching it, but it was like a real life hamster. I would probably have to kick it or something.
No.
I'm sorry.
Die so easily. Like they have a heart attack.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
And die. Like
yeah.
I do too. They should be.
I love getting scared. I love getting scared. I don't know if it's the adrenaline rush. I don't know what it is, but I've gone to some of the haunted, of course, attractions, but like some of the biggest like attractions on the East Coast. I've gone to all of them.
Actually, why you gotta keep prefacing with that? Listen, haunted attractions.
She gotta make it known what it is.
Not haunted cars.
Not real hauntings.
Not real hauntings.
Not real hauntings. The fake ones.
The fake ones. Yes.
So you don't go back home with goons on your back. Like I don't.
Exactly.
So which ones did you go to?
I'm glad you asked. So I went to the original Field of Screams, which is in Pennsylvania, and it's literally like a cornfield that they've like flattened out, and they actually build these haunted mansions, 3 of them, specifically for Halloween. So I went to their blackout night, which is one night out of the year. This is where they can touch you, grab you, pull you from your group.
Ain't no way. Fuck out of here, bro.
You got me fucked up. We got 1 minute left. We got 1 minute left.
So, okay, I'll be really quick. So I'll tell you what, because I always got taken. I got pulled away from my group. We were in an attic in the part of one of the parties.
He was trying to get taken. He was like, no, don't take me.
I'm scared.
Don't grab me. It's the hot slasher man.
It's getting a little hot, yeah.
So we were in the attic. We were in the attic part. We literally had to crawl because it was too short. Here I go crawling in the dark, right, with my friends. They pull me by my ankles and they pull you into a little cage. You can't see anything because it's dark. They lock the cage with the fake lock. They lock the cage and they do the little chainsaw and they're like banging it on the fucking thing and shit. And they're poking stuff in there. You get a safe word. Like if you say the safe word, they immediately stop and turn the lights on.
There's safe words?
But,
oh no.
Yeah, but I just took it.
It's
the staff gonna be mad at me.
I'll be like, yeah.
Do y'all heard about that shit that actually tortures people and stuff, and they make you?
Oh, I ain't doing that. No, I'm not doing that because they really do hurt you.
No.
I can't do that.
Why would I want to pay them to hurt me?
Yeah, because you get. I think
what do they look like?
There's.
I think if you make it through, you get like $5,000 or something like that.
But I hear that nobody ever wins it.
No one ever wins it because it's so terrible.
The whole thing was a scam. Not even terrible. It was just a scam. It's a whole bunch of videos about it. I'll send them to y'all if y'all want.
I want to see that.
I want to see it.
No, I want to say, like, I actually been to one too, though, because this one in South Carolina too. Like they cut the cornfields.
Let's go.
Yeah,
South Carolina.
It's for Halloween, and they'll dress up in their little suits and everything. But what I'm really scared of is clowns. I'm terrified of clowns.
Oh man, I be trying not to laugh when people say that they're terrified of clowns because I know it's a real thing. Like I know that people who are scared of clowns are really scared of clowns. But every time I just want to why?
I love clowns.
Squeaky ass shoes.
I love clowns when I was a baby.
Is it the face? Is it the makeup?
Yeah,
right.
It started a long time ago when I was little. Like, I went trick-or-treating and it just wasn't doing it for me. Like, the makeup was terrible and it was just everything. And I was like, you don't look like a regular. Who are you?
It's the uncanny valley. Right?
Yeah, is it the uncanny valley that bothers you, or do you have like?
Yeah, it was just too bright, too messy. It was just really, it was just too bright. And at the age I was very young, and I was like who are you? Like, this makeup.
You all painted, yeah.
So it's the fact that you can't recognize a real person under there that has you scared.
That's real.
I feel that.
That's real as fuck.
Because like with some people, I'm like, did you just watch It or too young? Or did you hear about John William Gacy when you were too young and it kind of traumatized you? But like, I guess uncanny valleyism definitely makes sense. I think that's why some people have a fear of like mascots and people in
especially
person.
for kids. Yeah. And like animatronics and shit too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people have fear of those
at Freddy's. Have y'all ever fucking
I've seen
is that new?
No, it's a game where basically like the Chuck E. Cheese
animatronic.
They
come to life and they kill you.
I know a lot of people who are scared of those shits.
Me, if I could show y'all my if I could show y'all my picture of me and my sisters, like I would because it was I think it was the Universal Studios. It was time for me to take a picture with them. They did not force me, but it was time for me to take a picture, and I did not want to go near them. So I was like this right here the whole time. I was like, no.
Get the picture. Get the picture.
Yeah, I was like,
hurry up.
Let's go.
Like kids who are scared of Santa. That's so sad.
I was gonna say that, yeah. Because they be having the fake beards and shit. It don't be looking right. The face be
I always thought like, you're so worried about being bad that you're gonna get punished. But my family also made up fucked up rules for Santa Claus. It wasn't just you got coal for Christmas if you were bad. It's like they would be like, he'll come to your bed and smash rocks in your face and stuff. So my family was
calling 696 kids. That's crazy.
Right.
Something's wrong with my family, and that's why my biggest fear is loss of ego and being lost, because like they used to play this game with me where they'd be like, Farris, no, they would call me Susie. They're like, Susie, where's Farris? And I'm like, I'm right here. And they're like, no, you're not. You're Susie. And I'm like, what the fuck? Am I Susie?
That's scary.
As a kid?
Yes, they used to do that when I was like 3 to 6 years old.
That's so sad.
Oh no.
That's really traumatic.
I've
that's
always
big time
had
trauma.
existential crises like all the time. And like I brought it up to my mom one time and she was like, that didn't bother you. I'm like, ma'am, yes it did. I'm
not you exacerbating the problem.
Hey, not you gaslighting me.
Gaslighting, yes. Gaslit by your own parents.
Like ages 3 to 6, that's a very sensitive time. And like
right.
you dead ass don't know who you are at that time.
Yeah.
Everything you are is basically given to you. So you are giving a 3-year-old like a literal existential crisis, because now everything they've known is gone, and they're so gullible too. So that now they're like, fuck, who the fuck am I?
No, for real. I used to stare in the mirror at myself and start crying because I'm like, I don't know who I am.
That's terrifying.
Damn.
That is so
I'm putting that away in my piggy bank for the next manga, girl. I'll be honest with you. That's interesting.
About to be cooking in the stew. Like,
interesting as fuck.
Right. Gigi said, if you see that in the manga, you know you did it.
You know. Little Silent Hill 2, little James in the mirror.
Yo.
That'll be
gas. That's gas.
Yeah, that is gas,
He's
actually.
about to be cooking.
I don't know what my fear is. I think my fear, what's my real fear? I would probably say being buried alive. Like there's nothing I can fucking do. Like the hole is too deep for me to crawl out of. Dirt is just continuously going on top of me. I can't dig myself. Like that or being y'all ever seen that movie called Sanctum, where they're like cave diving and like their oxygen tanks let out and they're literally drowning? Yeah, shit like that, where it's just everything is just out of my control. Like I can deal with the clown, I can deal with everything else, but like losing all control of my own body and there's nothing I can do. Like that shit scares the fuck out of me.
That's deep.
Yeah.
She said I need oxygen every day, all day.
Especially for things like cave diving that you plan for.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, I planned for this and shit still went left, and like now I'm still gonna fucking
right.
Yeah.
I feel like turning back.
I think I would say rape, and I hate to say that because that's like no shit, like everybody doesn't want to be raped, but I think it's so prevalent in our culture that it feels like it can happen. It can happen
at any time,
and that's why that rape trope always really fucks with me, because it feels really bad. I used to have dreams where, and my mom was also like use that to fearmonger me all the time. Like, don't wear that. Do you want to be raped? Don't be outside at this time. Do you want to be raped?
What are the parents doing out here? Oh my god!
No, but same.
Like, yeah, and it's like I used to have dreams where I would go into the elevator and like people would just like molest me and shit at like a young age, because it feels so. Yeah, and then it doesn't help that in mangas, especially in a lot of romance mangas and stuff, like that trope is like always really like the girl that's about to get raped and blah blah blah,
and
blah,
then
blah.
The guy comes and saves her.
Yeah, you know, and then it's like, yeah, like I said, like in real life, like the way a society is set up and the way they're so dismissive of like rape culture and shit, it just it feels like, you know, it could be anything at any time. And that is also kind of out of your control too, because that's like there's so many different levels to rape too. So it's not like it's not always like that person who's like pinning you down and shit. It's that moment you get roofied. It's that, you know, by a trusted person. It doesn't even have to be a fucking stranger anymore at this point.
Yeah. It's typically not. Statistically, it's not.
It's that going into being really young and manipulated into a relationship with somebody like 3 times your fucking age.
Right.
and not knowing they were manipulating you until you get older and you're like, fuck, I was raped, or like it's like so many different levels to rape, or like somebody saying fuck me to you be like, damn, here, like there's so many different levels to rape that kind of psychologically will fuck with you, that I think is just really kind of scary.
No, I agree.
I definitely agree with that.
Can I piggyback off of that with just a side note really quick?
Yeah.
Have anybody in the crowd has read Twilight?
Yeah.
Or watched the movies? Yeah. Okay, so one thing that bothered me is how Stephenie Meyer treated Rosalie character. She was conventionally attractive, like throughout all ages, it's easy to say. And the way that she died is that her husband and his friends gang raped her to death. And then Carlisle brought her back to life to be a mate for Edward, but they didn't like each other. And that also almost happened to Bella, but it felt like she was punishing Rosalie for being pretty, which is really weird because it's like, bitch, you wrote her to be this pretty. And then right. And then it was just like this weird thing where Edward judged her for doing this theatrical murder of her fiance and his friends who assaulted her, but she didn't drink their blood. She just killed them because she was like, I don't want them inside of me another way. And I'm just like, so you made this girl really pretty. You punished her for that. Then you got her supposed to be mate to talk shit about her because of the way that she killed, when he literally had like a decade of running around murdering and eating people, but nobody wants to say anything about that. But Rosalie is so terrible. Rosalie's so terrible for getting revenge on the men who raped her to death. Okay.
Yeah, but that's literally how society treats rape victims all the fucking time. If anything, I've never seen Twilight, by the way. But I find that to be but very believable, because a lot of time a lot of women come forward about what happened to them, and it's always, you should have never said that, you should have handled it this way,
what did you do?
And that's why I like Tomie so much, like the Junji Ito book, because her rape made her a catalyst into cursing men the same way over and over and over again. And she used her beauty that was so deadly, or that possessed them, to like rape her so bad. She used it to like just literally become kind of like a siren into cursing people into raping her again and killing, and that be their demise in a way.
Catharsis.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that movie on Netflix, the one that Mila Kunis is in?
No.
It's not horror. I'm trying to look and see what the name of it is. It's not a horror movie, but it has to do with...
new?
It is new. It just came out like last week or a week before last.
I thought you were going to say like Black Swan. I was about to be like, Black Swan?
Black Swan? No.
That's my movie.
Let me see if I can find the name of it. But anyways, the movie has to deal with, it's called Luckiest Girl Alive. Okay, so it's like a psychological thriller. So the girl, we meet her and we don't really know exactly what her background is, but we see that she's being pursued by the news to tell a story of a school shooting. So apparently the reason that she's being called upon to tell this story is because they feel like she was accomplice to the school shooting. We find out something happened to her with these boys that led people to believe that she would coordinate the school shooting. So it's a psychological aspect there. And then also what happens with her and the guys is pretty severe. My favorite part about this movie is after like everything is kind of resolved, we see her not become like this just like cutesy girl. Like she's still definitely this like bitchy kind of person that doesn't give a fuck, but that doesn't mean what happened to her was okay. Like she's not this princess. She is a bitch. Like she actually is a bitch, but that doesn't mean that what happened to her was okay.
What's
wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out.
Luckiest Girl Alive. It's really good. It's really good.
They came out with I don't know if y'all watched American Horror Story, but on Hulu they came out with American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
Whether they're all their individual stories. I think because I know American Horror Story just came out with New York City, NYC, but yeah, American Horror Stories with an S is that's actually one where oh god, there was this one episode. And one, she actually, I'm not gonna, if you want to watch it, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like it has to do with like being buried alive, necromancy, all types of wild, crazy. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but it's just...
I'm gonna do that anyway. That's just how I am.
I'm gonna watch it, but that shit fucked up. That shit is fucked up. But
I stopped watching American Horror Story after
I
Hotel.
think
like
that's
Hotel
when I
much.
stopped too. Hotel was on Gaga. Yeah, that's when
I stopped with
too.
Circus Freak Show.
They had one.
Oh
where they
no,
did a
that
summer
one was
camp,
good.
like a summer camp type shit. I watched that one.
Yeah, the 80s
That was-
slasher kind of deal. That was kind of it was kind of booty.
Right.
It was booty. I'm not even gonna lie.
It was kind of funny though. I'm not gonna hold you. Like it did
I
get
mean,
a
the
little
best-
ridiculous toward the end, but it was
The best
kind
one
of.
was Coven. The best one was Coven.
No, Coven was the best
I think
one.
Coven was the best
Coven
one.
was eating.
Yeah, Coven
Also,
was.
Apocalypse was pretty cool too.
Which
I
one
liked
was Apocalypse?
Asylum.
Oh, I did like
Asylum was
Asylum.
good. Asylum was
Asylum
good.
was so
Yeah,
good.
and the
Jessica
thing
Lange
about
ain't
American Horror Story, they do have a lot of rape in there, and I just be sitting here like,
Yeah.
oh my fucking god, like
traumatized,
like especially
yeah.
in
Yeah, the
Asylum.
first season with the Gimp and the mom, and I'm like,
But I
that
think
was
that
nuts.
goes back to what you were talking about, Crimson, like being afraid of that because it puts you out of control. I think that that's why it kind of goes hand in hand with horror because that is like a realistic fear, like that fear of being out of control. And that's like the scariest way to depict it, I guess. People think when it comes to women.
Yeah.
That shit is definitely terrifying.
I mean, sometimes men too. What's that one movie where it's like, I want to hear you squeal like a piggy, and he starts like raping him on the side of a mountain.
Yeah, that should be crazy. It's so much rape in horror. There's so much rape. There's so much sex in horror too, which I'm okay.
I can take the
sex.
sex.
I think
I love
I'm
the
not a
sex.
big fan of the rape.
But even in
Deliverance.
even the sex, sometimes it's like the thing about sex and horror that I like is because I was telling you guys on the podcast like a little while ago but basically like the reason why a lot of people have sex during like times of like high stress is because it's like a psychological thing. Like we're like built to in a survival situation, like handle all our needs. So that's pissing, shitting, eating, finding food and shelter and sex. And like when people, that's why in horror movies people like fuck because like we're literally built to do that, I guess, to like feel
build
like
a bond.
And feel like we're handling that. And it's weird because there's also like, I mean, you're not just watching people, you're not watching them thinking, oh, they're handling their hierarchy of needs. No, you're sitting there like, yeah, this is fucking desperation that kind of comes with it. And it's consensual sex usually. Like there's this bit of desperation, like, you want to feel something good other than being fucking scared.
Yeah. The Walking Dead does that.
Yeah, some kind of comfort.
And so I like it when there's sex and horror in that way. But yeah, the rape should be crazy. And you're right, it's not just women, it's men too. Even in like situations where it's supposed to be consensual, I'm like, this is really weird. Remember Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah,
with Heath Ledger.
Yes. So I never watched the movie, but I read the book. And there's so many.
I didn't know it was a book.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a book.
Movie ever.
And the book is worse. I would probably say because now
the book's worse.
I would have because I would ask people certain things and like there's certain things that you can't depict in a movie. Like there were times where they had sex so rough that it didn't even sound comfortable. Like the guy they would kiss and he would bite. You bite lips during sex, but he would bite lips so like it bled and shit and like the way he would fuck the guy, it would be really rough. And then he went home to his wife to go fuck her the same way. And she's like, why are you doing this? And like, why are you fucking me in my ass? It's like, you're not even supposed to have anal sex rough like that. You know what I mean? So even though it's consensual, it's still like a little weird.
I think that's getting into something different though. And like, gender politics and like how men are supposed to have sex.
Have
and, like,
sex,
what does that
yeah.
mean when it comes to another man? So I think that might be different. I don't disagree, but I think that might be.
Oh, I'm
I
not
think that
saying
might
it
be
was
something
rape.
different.
I'm not saying it was rape. I'm just saying the desperation that comes with that feeling when it's consensual in just two different ways. Like one in horror and one even this. I guess like you said, exploration type of way. Like it's interesting, but it is something that sometimes makes me uncomfortable.
I think
Okay,
that's fair.
That's
I have a
valid.
follow-up question. So when it comes to sex and horror, obviously we're saying it needs to have a purpose. It can't just be like brutality out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But where do we draw the line where it's life imitating art or art imitating life? Because in some of these situations, like, I don't know anything about Brokeback Mountain, but I'm assuming like sometimes you can project the emotional turmoil that you're having, maybe with your sexuality, and it can come out in wanting to have like aggressive sex. Where do we draw the line with that being something that might be somebody's experience and them being able to have that catharsis by seeing that on a screen?
I think that it's fine because there's lots of things that I see that might make me feel uncomfortable or that I don't necessarily agree with. That can be somebody else's story or somebody else's experience. And it's good for everybody to be representative within reason. So, I mean, personally, for me, I just want content warnings. That's why I had an issue with Goblin Slayer. First that I'm getting shown a rape in the first episode. No, firstly, that it was done in a fan servicey way. That's what pissed me off. They drew it and animated it very sexily, and I don't think that was right because that wasn't a sexy moment. That was somebody being sexually assaulted. It's just like, just put a content warning. So like if it has to be like rated R for, sexual situations and extreme rough sex, I'd be like, all right, then I'm ready for it.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer really fucked me up for a minute. I was like, ooh, shit, what?
I couldn't get into it.
I didn't watch it after that. I was like, nah, y'all got me fucked up. I'm good. I also don't even like medieval shit enough like that to like fucking stay tuned. So I was like, nah, I'm cool. This ain't something that I need to watch.
Medieval shit always has fucking rape in it, and I think that's why I like Berserk too, because Berserk handles it with a certain, like, it's very gruesome, but they handle it with a certain type of care, and it really adds to the fucking story. Versus Goblin Slayer, they just used rape as a plot point just to be it just seems like it's just to be edgy, because then they even made they made the goblins
they can't procreate with it. They have to rape a female human in order to reproduce, which doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And then also, I need fantasy writers to get out their fucking bag. Fantasy, you can literally create anything and y'all be writing fantasy racism and fantasy rape device, like rape plots.
Yeah. What's the reason?
Like it's too much. Like, and yeah, I would agree. I stopped after the first episode. I was just like, this is not hitting. And then
I didn't even know what that was.
He wasn't even popping enough. Like, oh, I'm the Goblin Slayer. He did the bare minimum, bro. Everybody already raped already.
Everybody already raped.
That's crazy.
That's
like creating a story where like part of the premises is that women are bound to get raped in this story.
Like that's wild. That's so unnecessary.
That's wild.
And like, I don't know if y'all seen Redo of a Healer. I refuse to watch that.
I did watch it.
Like, you watched all of it?
I didn't watch all of it. I made it a good little bit of the way. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I did kind of like it.
Why?
It was kind of hot to me, but I do not condone other people watching that shit because it is trauma porn. It definitely is. It definitely is. But I'm also into a lot of stuff like that. So that's why I asked the question.
I'm not even gonna hold you though, Moody.
It's something.
We right there. I kind of feel you with that.
That's why I asked the question I asked earlier.
Is that Munch? Is that Munch? Isn't there? What's it called? Redo of Healer. What's the Japanese part of the beginning of it? Like, what's the title?
I don't
like
know.
Minshu Tensei?
No.
Oh, those are different? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I had
Tensei be in the
Fushigi Yugi.
And the story was interesting is another thing.
Who said Fushigi Yugi? Zaria?
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
It's Fushigi Yugi. It has bits, and I want to say it does have bits like of rape and what's his name? But he does have like blonde hair, so it's
I know.
Hatsuhori? You're not talking about the emperor, are you?
No, not him.
Are you talking about Tatsuki?
No, the blonde hair, and he's from Seiryu.
Oh, the other guy.
It does get very kind of, rape, very sexual, and when they get the emperor. Gosh, I haven't seen it in such a long time, but when they get everything straightened out, they have to lose their virginity to these things, and it's just very sexual, and it's crazy.
You don't never see no dudes.
I went to the group chat.
That's my thing,
right? I was like,
not to say that should be happening, but it's just like it's so unbalanced. You don't never see no guys back being blown out in these kind of predicaments, and it's written
unless it's in jail.
Not in
jail.
Not unless it's in jail,
and unless it's a gay, it's a gay,
like a BL type.
Or no, the BLs do be getting to it. They do be getting to it.
They do be getting to it.
It's crazy because I always say Fushigi Yugi is like that try to not get raped challenge because
for real.
Always, even
there's that one scene in like
so many times where she almost get raped, and it's like, girl,
like at some point, dudes like lure her into like that alley, and I'm like, girl, you know,
little knife
move, what
Moody was the what did you find hot about Redo of a Healer? Because I want to see if we're on the same page.
I knew that was gonna get brought back up. Go ahead.
No.
Hey, can we do that off recording, maybe?
Do you feel that meat? And I'm gonna feel the coochie. I love that song.
Oh, remix.
Right.
Moody, you gonna make me play the other song.
What song?
Let's make it, girl.
Smash it, baby. Can I smack it, girl?
Sing it, girl. Smash it, baby.
I
saw them live in concert.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, and I got on stage for a twerk contest with them.
That sounds lit.
That's living life.
It is.
That's how what you like Kelly said when he said more life.
Proud of fertilize.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with them. We played a game after this and kind of just like rambled on a little bit. So I'm not going to put that in the episode. But if you would like to check it out, I am going to upload the audio sometime this week to Patreon. So check it out if you want to hear us drink and hear me fumble over a question about Hellraiser. So thank you guys so much for listening. As always, I don't really have too much to say today. I'm getting ready to head to AWA in literally 10 minutes because I procrastinated to the max. I had a really hard week. And yesterday I called myself taking a little nap before I was going to upload this at 6:30, I think, and woke up at 12 a.m. today. So thank you all so much for your support. To my Patreons, you all are my favorite people in the whole wide world. I really, really, really appreciate you for supporting me. I know that it may not seem like much, but it really does mean so much to me. And just anybody that's listening also, thank you. You know, time is a non-renewable resource. And the fact that you are giving, at this point, if you've made it to the end of this, you've given me over 2 hours. I can't do math. You've given me an hour and some change of your time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're going to be at AWA, I hope I get to see you. All right. Until next time.
Peace.